Hi everyone, today I'm talking about 10 dividend stocks for 2020. You guys seem to really enjoyed when I talked about the 5 growth stocks for 2020 and my 5 favourite stocks for 2020. So today I'm going to cover my 10 favourite dividend stocks for 2020. Now I'm going to say guys, a few of these yields are pretty low. Because of the stock market being quite overvalued, the yields have been quite low at the moment. And as well as that, when I do buy dividend stocks, I buy dividend stocks towards 52 weeks lows, because then when the stock price goes down, normally it means it's undervalued and I'll get that return on the stock price. And with the stock price being low, I'll normally get a decent dividend yield as well. One of the big examples is in my portfolio right now. I've got Altria stock and I bought that at 52-week close where I was getting a dividend percent yield of about 8%, when now it's gone up a little bit and it's 6%. And as well as that, I've also got that increase on that share price. So when I do buy dividend stocks, that's what I like to do. But these are 10 of my favorite dividend stocks that I would buy if they were to drop a little bit and get that higher yield and that discount on the share price. So number one is Johnson & Johnson, which is a stock I own. It's a stock that has a little bit of a high P, but it pays a little bit of a decent dividend yield. It's a stock that I always like to buy when it drops a little bit. It has had problems with some of its products because of asbestos, and because of them problems it has mean that the P and the dividend yield drops slightly and the dividend yield goes up, so you can get that at a little bit of a discount. Number two is Apple, which is a stock I always buy on a dip. It's a company that will easily increase that dividend going forward because it has no debt on its balance sheet. And also it's just a generally fantastic company as well. I have to say Apple stock is slightly overvalued right now at $320, but its dividend yield is 0.96%, which is a bit low, so I would definitely wait for that one to pull back slightly. Number three is Constellation Brands, which has a dividend yield of 1.57%. It's a stock that always has quite a few dips. It's mainly known for being the manufacturer of Corona, but it does have a lot of other beers, wines and spirits, and it also has an investment in Canopy Growth. So if you're looking for a bit of a diverse drinks dividend company, I have to say Constellation Brands is probably my best pick. Number four is my favourite stock in the stock market, is my biggest position. You'll get a decent amount of growth with this stock. It's also trading at a decent P when you consider the growth. And this company is Microsoft, which has a 1.24% dividend yield. And it's a company that is easily going to be growing that dividend going forward. So Microsoft is definitely one of the best dividend growth stocks on this list. Number five is Altria stock, which is a company that I've been buying heavily in 2019 when it dipped. It's about $50 right now with a 6.71% dividend yield. I have to say I was picking this up last year at 8% dividend yield, like I was saying at the start. This company is having a bit more of a slower revenue growth than a lot of the other companies on this list, and also EPS wise, it's probably not going to grow that, so the dividend probably won't increase as much as other companies as well. But like I say, it does have a decent dividend yield and it's also at a bit of a discount overall. Number six is Walgreens, which is struggled quite a bit because of margins overall, and it's one that's a bit more towards its 52-week low, and because of that you can see it has one of the best dividend yields on this list at 3.5%. It's at a P/E ratio of 12, so like I say, it is one of the cheapest stocks on this list and probably one of the better stocks at a better price right now to go buy for a dividend play. This and CVS Health Corp are two great companies if you want to kind of get in like towards the health industry side of it. And like I say, Walgreens, it probably won't increase its dividend as much going forward, but it does have a good history of paying it and it probably won't get cut anytime soon. Number seven is Boeing, which obviously has had a lot of problems recently. It's got a dividend yield still of 2.53%, which is pretty good, but I've put this stock on this list because it's one that could certainly be a good opportunity to buy this year. I think with all the negative news out there, it does have potential for the stock price to go down and be a good buying opportunity for the stock price. And also when it does go down, we might be pushing a dividend yield of 3%. So even though it's probably not one I would recommend to buy right now, it's one that there could certainly be a opportunity in this stock later on in the year. Number eight is Carnival Cooperation, which is trading at $47. It's a company with a P ratio of 11, so this is one of the more cheaper stocks. A dividend yield of 4.19%, so it's a decent dividend yield. And it's a company that I believe that is probably on this list at the most best valuation right now, with when you consider the P, and it's easily going to carry on growing that dividend. And I think the share price is slightly undervalued as well by a good 30%. So on this list, Carnival Corporation is probably one of the best stocks right now as of recording this. and it's one that I own and I'm currently going to be planning on buying a little bit more of over the next couple of months compared to some of the other ones on this list. Number 9 personally isn't a stock that I really am interested in unless it has a massive discount, because they do have a vast majority of products, a big brand. The only thing with Colgate is that because it doesn't really have much revenue growth, it kind of puts me off a little bit. It has flatline really revenue growth overall, and so really this stock has to come down quite a bit in value for me to go buy it. It does have a dividend of 2.45%, and it'll carry on easily growing that dividend. Just for me, I would only buy this stock if it was really undervalued, but if it does come undervalued, like I say, it would be one that I would consider buying. And the last stock on this list is Delta Airlines, which I was going to put McDonald's or Costco on this list, but then I changed it to Delta because they are at a P ratio of 8, which is, they're never at a really high P ratio, but it's certainly a low P ratio. It's got a decent dividend yield of 2.75%. Obviously, that dividend yield's pretty good overall. So that's kind of attractive, and we know Warren Buffett likes this stock as well, so if Warren Buffett is buying this stock, we know that it's probably a decent company just from that. And Delta Airlines is a company I'm really actually tempted to take a deep dive in at some point, so if you want that, let me know. Guys, that's me talking about my 10 favourite dividend stocks for 2020. Like I say, I'd really buy them on a discount so I get a higher dividend yield and also that stock price growth with them. But those are the 10 that I really kind of focus on and kind of track really daily about how they're doing, and earnings wise as well, because obviously if they have a bad earnings, it might make a good opportunity to go buy these stocks. Like I say, I try to spend a short time on them, like a minute, just to give you a quick brief overlook of the stock and just to fire loads of stocks at you. But like I say, if there's any kind of companies on this list that you do want me to do a deep dive on, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll try to do it. I do have a few of them already on the channel, but like I said, some of them I don't. So let me know in the list below what you think of these stocks. If you are buying any of them stocks, let me know some of your favourite dividend stocks, and I'll take a look at them. And thanks for watching the video, guys. Remember, give it a like. It really helps the video and the channel out. So please remember to do that, and I'll see you in the next video.